man, and excited to have you on today's call. So come on up and welcome. There he is. Are you there? Where are you? Turn. There you are. Come on over here. Man, you're bad at steering that thing as I am. So there you go. Turn right with your little arrow. Let's see. There you go. There you go. So you get the hang of it. No, come stand by me. Forget sitting there. Come on over here, man. Stand by me, Knolly. And unmute your mic when you can so we can hear you. Is your mic unmuted, Knolly, yet? Can you, bottom left-hand corner, you got to click on it and unmute the mic. Let's see. So I can hear you, man. I can hear you. Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing well. Brother.
Christian rap, 93. I had no idea. That's the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, man. It was
That's awesome, man. Well, congratulations. And then you got real estate. You tore it up, and you've done well. You're an iconic, legendary agent in the country, and you've chosen to team up with EXP, which is really awesome. And can I ask you a few questions about that?
Yeah.
We're echoing down. You got to mute your stuff. Rob, can you help him? He's echoing. So we got people in here watching on their cell phones. So it's echoing. There we go. Can you hit me with this? Can you turn it off? Yeah, no, it's MRN. We had people in my office listening. Mainly my dad. He's all fired up. He was watching on his cell phone and it was being back. I love my pop too. He always does that, Dad. You always come here and fire up your computer. It's so funny. Like, it's happened many times. I adore you. All right, so Knolly, I heard, and I could be wrong, but I heard somewhere, someone told me that for quite a while, people told you EXP was unsustainable, it was a terrible business model, it would never work, blah, blah, blah. And they were good people that you trusted, and because you trusted them, you perpetuated misinformation about our company, and it caused you to miss out on the opportunity of EXP for a year, year and a half, 2 years. Is that true? Or is it just a rumor? Or is that true? And then, what did you learn once? I think Fred and Kevin Kaufman, Fred and Kevin got you to sit down. And I love the approach I heard. Then you can confirm if this is all made up story or if I got it right. I heard they said, look, you don't got to come to EXP, but you need to understand it. As your friends, we care about you. We're not stupid guys. Sit down and look at it with us. And then if you don't want to do it, fine. But right now, you're not getting it. And then they sat down with you and really explained the model. And you're like, are you kidding me? This isn't at all what I was told by good people that I trusted. But I think, and then you perpetuated the same thing. And good people trusted you. And so you're like, this is crazy. And so you kind of broke that misinformation thing once you realize the truth. What is it the Bible says? The truth will set you free. There we go. I worked in the Bible quote. But did I get the stories right here or straighten us all out?
That's exactly how it happened. I used to be one of the ones that would poo on EXP. I was a big KW man, and I was making a lot of money with Joe Williams. Through my training and coaching, I was a math coach. I ran the largest math coaching program in math coaching history.
Wow.
Group coaching program. And so I told people, man, that, but see, here's the thing, Brent. People had misrepresented the experience. So I didn't really understand. Not only was it with the brokers I was with that was misrepresented, even some of the EXP agents didn't really know how to.
Yeah.
And honestly, until I listened to the video that you created, introduction to EXP.
Right.
Once I listened to that, I finally got it, man. I finally got it.
It clicked.
Yeah, and I said, I cannot believe I'm about to use it. And so,
Me either, brother. Me either. It was scary.
Yeah. I couldn't be in integrity and say where I was.
Wow. Yeah. And what's the number one thing in life? Be in integrity at all times, man. That's all we have is our word and our integrity. That is powerful. So you said something I hadn't heard. I'd heard the part about, like I had, regional owners for Keller Williams tell me things that was kind of rocking my tree a little bit. But I said, look, I'm going to go try it. I got to try it. It makes sense to me. It logically makes sense. I think it's going to work. And I was right, by the way. But it is crazy when people that you respect, that have credibility with you, are have a lot of conviction on why you should do it. It is a powerful thing. But what I hadn't heard is that, your point you made about some EXP agents misrepresented the company themselves. I've never heard that about you. And what did you mean by that? So how did they EXP agents? So I think there's a valuable learning moment for everybody in the audience, me included. How did the EXP agents misrepresent the opportunity? And in what ways that comes to mind?
So, Brent, even to this day, is that most EXP agents that I talk to are not able to really articulate the value proposition that you have as a company. And so, I mean, EXP is a perfect, absolutely perfect model for someone who, like me, likes to go training. But it's also perfect for new agents. It's also perfect for agents in business. It's perfect for teams. But most people could not articulate the reason why. I got it, at 80, 20, I'm at 70, 30, but I've never not capped at 80. So some of the things that were really big were never fully articulated.
Wow.
And this is the same thing that happened when, for example, I've got an agent that I was at EXP for 2 weeks. I was in the middle of a contract. This is a good example of this. I was in the middle of a contract with another agent. And
Knolly, I apologize. There's a lot of background noise. It's really hard to hear you.
Yeah, Yep. Lower left-hand corner, everybody. This is Brent. Go ahead and mute your mic if you've not done that. If you're calling in from your cell phone, please mute your cell phone. That would be greatly appreciated. Go ahead, Knolly.
So this guy, Nick, we're doing it together. He's a Keller Williams. I was a Keller Williams. When we started, almost like when we started doing the deal. And we hadn't had a new contract, but I was with EXP. I'd been there for a couple of weeks. So he called me and said, hey, man, I'm going to be sending over the paperwork. With Keller Williams office again. I was like, well, I'm not in Keller Williams anymore. He said, where are you at? I said, I'm in EXP. Oh, no, I've never joined EXP. I said, well, tell me more about that. He said, well, I've heard at EXP that, and he probably said he heard. I said, well, that's not actually true. It's not actually true. I articulated to him. He said, really? He said, but then you guys do this. And I said, well, no, I've heard that too, but here's how it really is. And then he just kept one thing after another. It was like 6 different myths that he had. And he kept trying to get me off the phone. He was like, okay, well, I got to go. But I wouldn't go to EXP because this. I was like, dude, that's not true. Here's actually how it works in EXP. And so by the end of our conversation, the guy was so fired up, he joined EXP. And he was just calling to get my address and and so what he also told me is that no one had ever the value proposition. And so what I did, Brent, I made it a real big choice to really, really learn on FAQ. We've got tons and tons of them, but many of us just don't know what we have. We don't know how dynamic we can.
Yeah, love it. Very, very good. So I know one of the things.
I was thinking $700,000 a year with Keller Williams training, doing market system, and so I had to be able to think, I'm going to give up $60,000, $70,000 a month to do this, and because I could go to any market center in North America or Canada, wherever, and teach a class. I had products that I roll out and offer. And 30% of the room would sign up for my $1,000 project, and I was kicking butt, man. But I saw something here that was so much bigger.
Wow.
Than anything I mean.
That's awesome, man. I love it. I love it. So, you mentioned agents can't explain the value proposition, or they get sidetracked. But one of the things that drives me crazy, just up the wall, is when people build avatars for guests and go, yeah, go in the room, take classes, walk around. That is the scariest thing in the world. I personally would never do that. I would never unleash my guests to walk around in the world, attend classes, meet people. Who knows what they're saying to them? Maybe they could even get recruited, right? There's some people that will recruit people if they bump into them. I guess, to me, the world is critical, vital. I love it. But I did not come to EXP. In fact, it was seeing what we're seeing now was a major turnoff to me. And you could have built me an avatar. If you'd have built me an avatar and let me walk around the world, I definitely wouldn't have come to EXP. So if you're doing that, in my opinion, please stop. They never go into the world till after they're in EXP. Then we take them to the world for the first time. Like, that's my style. You got to find out, like Knolly said, well, what do you know? And then let them share. And, well, actually, I thought that, but what I found out was this. And then go through and then say, you really need to take a look at it. And then go watch the webinar with them, and then get them on the phone with your sponsor, your sponsor, your partners at EXP. And most of you go solo, so I think it's very important. Well, Knolly, I saw a question in the back of the room. It was Steve Matthews from Las Vegas. Steve, I saw your hand go up. Did you have a question for Knolly? Go ahead and unmute your mic and ask Knolly your question.
No, I really didn't. It was about the background noise.
Oh.
I'm good now.
Okay, good. And good. And can you guys hear Knolly okay? Some people said his mic was fading in and out. Does he sound good now? Can you guys type yes or whatever? Someone's vacuuming in the background. Okay. Can we mute everybody's mic, Rob? Is there a way to do it? We're checking on that to mute everybody's mic, but apparently they hear you good, Knolly. So I'm going to ask you some questions, Knolly. Do you mind?
Yeah.
Okay, so first question is, let me see, my phone just scrolled on me. Okay, so here's the first question. Living your purpose. You're a master at that. You teach that in your training. Can you just in a couple minutes tell everyone why it's so important to live, not just with purpose, but live your purpose? Like, can you elaborate?
Yeah, so, happiness, think about the word happiness, and that's really what everybody is trying to achieve. They try it in different ways, but they call it different things, big, wide, and so on. But at the end of the day, we want to be happy. And the way that you're happy is by living your purpose. You cannot be happy without living your purpose. In fact, happiness is a byproduct of living your purpose. And every single individual that's been sent to this world has a unique purpose. And I believe, and I've discovered, many of us, and most of us, can express our purpose through our movement. So it's kind of the number one thing that underlies everything, because I can teach you, I sold over 100, I listed over 100 houses a year for 10 years in a row. So I proved that it could be done. Guarantee you, I can teach you how to make millions of dollars, but if you're not happy, you're not going to have a cool deal.
That's very good. So how do they discover their purpose, Knolly? I mean, they just do go away for the weekend, go to a cabin in the woods. How do they really figure out what their purpose is?
Yeah, I actually created a book called Discovering the Divine Destiny, which I make available for free. And it's basically the shipping to you, just pay shipping. But it's 123 questions that will help you dig and understand what your purpose is. And a lot of people think that their purpose is something that they have to do, but it's more of a being than a doing. Remember, we're human beings, not human doings. And so your purpose could be aligned in, for example, giving back. doesn't 100% tell you what you're here to do, or be what you're here to do. So I highly recommend people get into investment themselves. There's a bunch of different tools out there for it. In fact, if you go to, they go to discoveryyourdivinesdestiny.com, then there's a lot of free tools there that you can download and use.
Love it. So my mic was muted. Sorry about that, Knolly. So, like some purposes, my purpose is to love others. My purpose is to serve others. My purpose is to give little, give big. My purpose is to create, to teach, to coach, to inspire, to live with integrity at all costs. Like you said, you could stay at Keller Williams and live with integrity. And so that is pretty cool. And so is that purpose to build homes in Haiti or Honduras, or to dig fresh wells in Africa and bring entire villages fresh water for their children's children? I mean, it can be a variety of things, like responding well when the stuff hits the fan. It's not if and when stuff's going to go wrong. It's anyone can act a certain way, but when the chips are down, how do you respond? Freak out? That's a part of your purpose, is responding well, being an example. Is this kind of what you're getting at, Knolly, or am I missing it?
Yeah, it is. But it's like, for example, I think you get the nail on the head. My purpose is to inspire others to become all that they can be so they can live the life they want. It really is to inspire others to do all that I created so they can live the life they want to live. And so that's the purpose. Now, when you have a purpose like that, you say, okay, is this what I'm doing right now in my life? And so it could be putting wells in, or it could be volunteering and person on, or it could be something else. It really doesn't matter. Whatever you're doing, whatever you can find it to do on your timelines. Whatever you're doing, it could actually be you have a listed business. So guess what? Now all of a sudden you're in team. So it really
That's good.
because in all this, I made millions and millions of dollars, and I have no problem making that. It doesn't. I'm happy with it because guess what? I'm shining. I know the money.
Yeah, being poor is not a badge of honor. Some people think it is, but really being poor just means you're probably not contributing a lot to society. You are being paid for the value you bring. If you bring a lot of value, you're going to be compensated for that. And not that being rich is also, there's certainly rich people that are completely missing the mark, and that's why. I heard that story, Knolly, in 1929 stock market crash. A guy lost like $45 million back then, and he ran out of building a skyscraper in New York City, like 60 stories high, just ran right out the window and killed himself. The tragic part of that story, this is documented, he had about $40 million left. He only lost about half of his fortune, but his heart was his kingdom. And when his kingdom was torn in half, he couldn't take it. And nobody take this wrong, but EXP could go away tomorrow. I'm fine. EXP is not my hope, my trust, my future. In all real estate companies, sure, I think it's the best bet. But, my hope is in him and in loving people and serving people. So I'm with you, brother. Hey, let's keep this thing moving. You ready? I got another one for you. One of your things you teach on is becoming a local celebrity. How and why is that important? And I know it's just a summary thing, but go ahead. Talk to us a little bit about that. Because you are not only a local celebrity in Austin, you become a national figure in North America. So go ahead.
Yeah, that's why it's by design. It's not, people are like, well, yeah, you could do that because you're not a week. Well, man, I wouldn't want I wouldn't you have to cultivate.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah.
Everywhere you go, I can't go to the grocery store for Texas without somebody money. I went this week yesterday. I'm in the organic section. I use usually am. And somebody comes up to me, hey, and it should be well known.
So what are some of the ways they can do that?
Well, one of the things I did in my career is every weekend, which I created for me and my team. It's got summer got high, it's got my previously tags, everything that I do to make myself out previous video. And I tell people three things. One is to let me get one famous thing, people have a book, I wrote a book, license that out. It's no charge. So you have a book, you have a press kit, that's your previously package. And then you also have a movie. If you have something on this, so you have all three of those values in business, guess what? Everybody knows who you are. And you're a celebrity. I've got successwithlistings.com, share about that kind of stuff. But I believe that everyone is what they try to become famous. Because even though that's a secret,
Google. Just Google his name and with it show up, you're going to look at
I put a link to his website again.
so you can become a famous person, and you should be famous for this person.
So
One last thing on that. Very clever asked the question. The question is, what is the one thing that I can do? And I put it like this: what's the one thing you can do to generate more business? If I do it again, everything else will be easier or unnecessary. And that one thing that people can do themselves is to become well known. Guess what? Does the well-known person get their phone calls returned? Yes. If you're well-known, you're pretty sure people will not report them against you. Yes. You have a special event in your neighborhood, people know who you are, they're going to come out. Yes. So every single thing that you do when it comes to information, it becomes that much easier to do because people know who you are. Very cool.
I love it. I love it. My staff Googled your name while you were talking, and and right on top it came up with all your books. Success with Listings, written in 2015. We got the Little Book of Prayer 101, written in 2014. We got Discovering Your Divine Purpose 2019, The Secrets of Knowing God's Will 2017, Discovering Your Divineness, if you redid it, 2018, and then Consider It Sold 2013. You've written all kinds of books and pamphlets, and people Google your name, it is obvious you are a rock star. So congratulations on doing what you're teaching, preaching what you teach. You bet. Hey, real quick, let's keep moving here. We want to keep this train down the track. Talk to us a little bit on listings. I know you just hit it. And by the way, Glenn Sanford, it's not that Gary Keller isn't brilliant. He's brilliant. He's got a great company. He wrote a great book. It's the model. We can't become owners at Keller. A handful of OPs can give out a little bit of stock, 3, 5, 7% of each franchise. There's like 2 regional owners in Northern California, Hawaii, and thousands of agents and broker associates. So for everyone to get ownership, for everyone to share in the revenues, that doesn't exist. And those are some of the reasons why guys like you and me came over. But I noticed you quoted Gary Keller, and there's nothing wrong with that. And you said, hey, what's the one thing you could do to get listings? Which is your big thing is leaf listings. You've listed 100 homes a year for 10 years in a row. You understand it. Talk to us a little bit more about that. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. And listen, I still quote Gary to this day. People kind of sideways, but I remember 5 years ago, a lot of people don't know. I was one of the top 10 agents in Austin, Texas, where Gary Keller lived. And so when you're in the top 10, those kind of things happen. And so he was a personal mentor. And it hit me because when you look at what he actually has, it's excellent. It's checkmate. So listen, So from a very day one, I was actually listening. And I told you 96% of my career on listening. And any buyers I had buyer agents for. And I thought it was just like you. One listening at a time. We didn't have REOs, things like that. It was laundry living room at a time. And so I tell you,
Knolly Williams is getting this now.
you have to spend. In fact, I have a big
Total distance a year for 10 years straight.
Let's see that.
and it conversation. You know, the amount of time that you have to put into a listing versus a buyer. I mean, you put in like 20% of the time or less, and you still make that easy.
Well, interesting that you say that, Knolly. With the buyer, you put way more time in, and it's usually 2.5%. On the listings, how about you? I list them at 6, and some people do 7, but I do 6, and I keep 3.5. And so 20% of the time, and you're making 3.5% on every sale. That's smart. Yeah.
It's not like I got gas in my car and go show one else. It's a key stroke. I can do it all. I just pull up my app, put it back active, and back in.
Yep. It's funny when I remember when I was new, I'd meet agents who had like 1, and then you cancel on them, and they freak out, and they're going to sue you, they're going to sue your buyer. It's because they don't. That's all they had, and now they're freaking their client. Whereas when I remember I canceled on a guy named Richard Bristow, I think was his name. This is going back like 20 years ago, and I go, man, I'm so sorry because I just had my butt kicked by another agent because I had a client who canceled. And he's like, yeah, no problem. We'll put it back in. Just send me over cancellation paperwork. And I'm like, that's it? He goes, yeah, no problem. It happens. I know you want to get paid. And not a problem, Brent. I'm like, are you serious? You're not going to go crazy on me and get all schizo and turn into the devil? And it was funny. But he had also sold 328 homes in this particular part of Elk Grove. And he's like, another home sold by Richard Bristow, number 328. You just watch those writers grow and grow and grow. It's quite clever, but very good. I cut you off, kind of. I'm sorry. Anything else you want to throw in on listings before we move to the last 2 topics, as we're kind of running out of time?
Yeah, no, I would just say a lot of people don't get afraid of this. A lot of people don't feel like fear. And it's just, you get my book and I pour my heart out. Number one, Amazon seller. But I share, I'll tell you the game. Don't get afraid of this.
Yep. What does that book cost on Amazon?
I think it's like $16.95.
$16.95. Now, some of you are going, yeah, he's just here to sell his book. Oh my God, you really got to check yourself there. And it's not about the $16.95 or the $8 he's going to make if you buy his book or whatever the number is. Get the book. Wow. Awesome. All right, Knolly, I will do that with my book. I am not as generous as you. My book is $29.95 on Amazon, Momentum, right? It's well for a hard copy, it's $29.95. But I'll make mine available online too for free. So you figure it out. I'll copy you. That's about how you lead the way, baby. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, hey, last topic, and we're running out of time. We're actually out of time, but we've got to go there. So when did you start with EXP? How long ago? Was it 5 years ago, 3 years ago? I mean, I know I'm just kind of teeing up a softball here. When was it? 7 months. January 1st, start with EXP. It was scary. You did the Acapulco high dive into the deep end of the pool. You went for it. You walked away from a huge income. And now you said you couldn't stay in integrity and stay at Keller Williams. You had to go. You left. So you've been talking to people and sharing the webinar and sponsoring people. So how's that going? Any advice? Any numbers you want to share or anything? Go for it. What could you advise folks?
So 7 months that I've been here, I've contacted 35. I'm trying to get your record.
Wow.
But I'm not quite making it, man. Somebody wants you to keep that title.
Yeah. No, people, but just so you know, people have already broke that record. So, but thank you. Yeah. I know.
I had really good my whole life. This is kind of brought me back out of retirement because makes fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm having fun. And so, you put it like a game. Never comes to age of distraction. I love your admonition every single Friday. You spend a couple hours of your regeneration time, and you do age of distraction. So my group, we have a group that we created, our revenue share group. So Monday through Thursday, they basically do regeneration for listening, and then on Fridays they do regeneration for practice. So we're doing this everybody. Everybody. It's a great company. Yeah.
I love it.
So I'm sharing with everybody.
I love it. I was talking to come on, man. Come on. It's amazing. Like, I was going to ask you, I know you're going to Red Rock. I mean, that's what successful people do. They don't miss stuff. So those of you in the audience, it's next week, Tuesday the 20th. Rearrange your schedule. Be there. Find a way to get to the Red Rock in Las Vegas. And I'm not surprised at all you're going to be there. We got to where we are, not by missing things, but by being where the who's who of EXP is going to be, or one of the Keller Williams. You and I were where the who's who of Keller Williams. When it was Remax, we were there too, right? And we didn't miss stuff, and we succeeded. So very good. What was I going to tell you? Go ahead.
Once I found out Red Rock was on,
I love it. I love it. You can redo it. So 35 in your first 7 months, that's awesome. Now, some people are frustrated in the audience, like, well, I didn't go sponsor 35, and I'm not a local celebrity, and no wonder, I talked to Glenn about it. He says, it shocks me. He said, if they can sponsor 1 or 2 a year over the next 10 years, as they kind of start progressing out, it could literally be 200, 300, 400 agents in 10 years, which could be literally hundreds of thousands of dollars a year outside of real estate sales, even if they're sponsoring 1 or 2 a year. It's like you'll penny double for 30 days. Day 2, it's 2 cents. Day 3, it's 4 cents. Then 8, 16. But by the time day 30, it's millions. And so that's what people miss, just because you're not going to go sign up 35. Just maybe this year you do 2 or 3, and next year you do 2, 3, or 4. And the year after that, maybe 4 or 5, because it's a little better. But what happens is it starts compounding, plus you get a runner in there somewhere, maybe level 2, level 3, and they go sign up 35 in 7 months. I signed up 40 in 8 months, and all of a sudden you got this huge organization. So don't beat yourself up. Just get better. Don't get bitter. Right, Knolly?
Right. People, their focus is to experience every 4 months. Guess what? They're spending 2 hours every single Friday on nothing but attraction. So they should get ready to a year. I mean, I've been told this. You can have an incredible
Absolutely. Tom Costello, I think I see your hand raised. Did you have a quick question for Knolly? Tommy Costello, your mic is muted. There you go, buddy.
Thanks, Brent. Love your show. Love everything you said. You said something at the beginning that was really significant, and that was you couldn't say Keller Williams and be in integrity. You moved over, which being in integrity is huge for me and probably everyone on this call. Say more about that if you would. Most people don't equate it that way. That state where a lack of integrity. How do you frame that? Can you say more about that, please?
Sure. So whenever I'm tested on a disc profile test, it inevitably shows that I'm not qualified to be a PA because I'm an ISC. I have 0 media. For the good thing about CSC is that I should be a team leader. So what I did was I spent 100 days looking at the model, talking to people, looking at all kinds of stuff online, videos, getting everything I could. And my wife and I went on a 1-month kind of like vacation. We went to Israel, we went to Italy, we were in London, we were in New York, all over the place for 30 days. And this was during the time when I was doing really good school. And I would go to bed saying, I'm not going to do this. I wake up in the morning saying, I'm doing this. And it was only in this because I had already done the research that showed that I had to do this because you could not look at the data. And it's just like showing a seller data. You say, what is the price point? What price to create value in my life? It's obvious. The market speaks for itself. And when you look at this model, it speaks for itself. And so, the ego risk, that's all it was. It's like, how can I tell people that I'm going to get to this company that, and by the way, in 2003, when I got the Brent deal, nobody had ever heard of Knolly. But I went from Remax to Knolly, and they were like, what is that? You know, so it was an ego risk. All it was. You know, I was a mascot. People knew who I was. I was on stage all the time. I go to the event. You know, so the thing, but the truth was, I could not stay in integrity, not only with myself, but with my family. Because I knew that if I stayed where I was robbing my family. And if there was no way that I have legacy, if I stayed out of the here, it makes me, there was no way that it had that if I stayed. It was absolutely impossible. The platform, the model, did not, it just didn't register. And so I knew that at the end of the day, if I did not make it, I couldn't do it.
Wow. Wow. Knolly, beautiful. You guys, he said it best. This is just an ego risk. Get it over with. Tony Robbins, if he was standing here between me and Knolly, would say massive action. Get it over with. Quit poking it with the stick. Quit being a Boy Scout or a Girl Scout. Get serious, man. Go Green Beret. Go, you know, whatever it is you got to go, UFC. But go tackle it. Love people. Don't not be kind, but go through the numbers, get it over with. Find the yeses. They're in there. Go find them and get on with this thing. And it's just a sheer velocity thing. You're just not you're doing onesie, twosies a week or onesie, twosies a month, or maybe you're doing 2, 3, 4 a week. But, man, pick up the pace. Get some momentum. Once you got the big mo, it's over. And this is, of course, stuff we'll be talking about next week in Las Vegas. So get yourself there. Rob, can you put the Las Vegas link up if we don't have it? We're going to put that in the typing instructions. Knolly, you're a rock star, and we're so excited. If you want to be hanging out with the who's who of EXP in Las Vegas, Knolly's going to be there. You can grab coffee with Knolly or join him for lunch. Just don't be shy when you go there. Meet people. Ask if you can join them for dinner, breakfast, lunch, coffee. Go after the speakers. If they're a speaker that really rocks you to your core, ask them if you can give them a ride to the airport when they're leaving, or if you can hang out with them or meet them at the pool. You know, that stuff that Knolly, I know Knolly did that. I did it too. Knolly, did you ever were you shy, or did you take the time to meet people?
You know, I take the time to meet people because it's so important. I have to get over myself.
Yeah, get over yourself. That's a good one. Get over it. No, people aren't thinking about it. Yeah. And here's the part that will drive you all crazy. When I started, people told me it would never work. Now that I've succeeded, they just say I was lucky. And what I found out is the harder I work, the luckier I get. Right, Knolly? The harder we work, the luckier we get. Yeah. Then I just asked God to bless it. It's over, baby. It's all over. Well, we didn't get a chance to get to your last one. It's like 12:13. I know your last topic you love to teach on was spiritual mastery in business. So we'll have to save that for another interview because we're way over. But I will see you in Las Vegas. Can't wait to give you a big hug. And everybody else, come, find a way. We'll find you a roommate. You know, get online, get your airline ticket today. Just come check it out. Knolly, thank you for being on today. Oh, and real quick, there's no meeting next Monday because I'm going to be, I think, mountain biking in Red Rock Canyon. It doesn't start till Tuesday, but I'm coming in Sunday evening